did say something briefly about DDG and Haley Bailey at the end of another video, but I wanted to come back and further elaborate, right? If I have to reiterate what I said, it was, I told you so. I told you that this was going to happen, right? And I think, okay, let's talk black women. Let's talk. I think it is okay now. I think you thought it wasn't okay before. It is okay now to use your pattern recognition and also your intuition, you know, and say things or predict things that are more prone to happen based on a lot of factors. We can do that. I know you've been gaslit out of doing that. And honestly, it's weird how black women will fight for delusion. It's actually, I don't know exactly how we got here. I know it's through brainwashing, but I don't know exactly where that comes from. You know, I don't know. It's not learned helplessness. It's like you want to still be picked. It's like you're commenting, thinking that you're under surveillance by black men. Like you can't say the truth. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's safe to say that these niggas ain't shit. It's safe to say that these niggas don't like you. It's safe to say that if you're going to be in a relationship with a black man, you have to consider the fact, any man, because they're leeches, they suck you dry, they need, you're the source. But when it comes to black men, you only get picked and wifed up and all these other things that we think are perks and, you know, things of value, titles and stuff like that. You only get picked when they feel like you will make them look good, right? Or when you will take care of them. For example, I was dating somebody. I wasn't dating him. It was a whole story. I'll tell you about it later. But I remember I started to struggle. And I was struggling because he was distracting me and I let him in my home and everything else. And I couldn't find a place to live. And he said to me, you can't even take care of yourself. And that statement always stuck with me because immediately I registered it as like, he's talking about me. He really thinks I can't take care of myself, which I think was the case. But I think he was frustrated because he thought he found somebody capable, which he did. But because he was draining me and I could no longer support him and myself and my children and do everything by myself because I wasn't in a position to do it anyway, he was like, fuck. Like he was really having a internal breakdown out loud to me and saying like, you can't take care of yourself. Like, why the fuck did I pick you? Because he wanted me to take care of him. I think it's that, but I also think they also know that when they say things like that, you're going to prove them wrong and still take them along. No. I was highly offended by that comment and from that moment got rid of him, started to get rid of him because that was an insult to me, not just from him, but it was an insult to myself because you're right. Why can't I take care of myself? And why are you letting a bitch ass bum ass nigga say that and you can't even say nothing back because at this point you can't. It's true. Like it was just a lot. But I say that to say he came to me because he thought I was stupid enough and also strong enough, like the buck that they want you to be, to take care of them, or in Haley's position, make him look good. She has this persona. I can't speak. I see people talking about Haley like she's a covert narcissist and, you know, she plays like she's nice. I don't know. But I can tell you what she's showing us, and I know that the world thrives and moves off of what you see. Nobody thinks a little deeper. So even if she is performing niceness and kindness and, you know, like she's a nice person, even if she is performing that, we believe it. It's out there for us to see. He connected himself to that. He connected himself to the fact that Beyonce signed her. He connected himself to the fact that she didn't have any other attachment. She looked innocent. She wasn't attached to anybody else. She didn't have a baby. She was on the rise. She was being a little more. Do you understand? He wanted to be attached to that. And I think they're kind of sadistic and sick that they also relish in the thought that in the future they get to watch you crumble. I understand this about black men. They meet you and they're kind. I have somebody I just finished talking to who berated me and called me all kind of names when we broke up. That just blindsided me. I think back to when we met, and I remember like I would be talking. We met at work, and I was talking to this one girl, and I'm like, you know, these niggas ain't shit. And I said it in front of him because if it ain't about you, then you wouldn't be offended. And I remember him grabbing my knee under the table and looking at me, and he started bouncing his knee like, bitch, just wait. I remember I held that moment in me because I wanted to understand it. I felt it, but I didn't know what it meant. And I kept replaying that our entire relationship. We talked for a little over a year after that moment. And I understand it now. Because it wasn't just that moment. When I would talk shit, not talk shit, but you know, when I see women, he was always with me. But when I see women who are struggling, I empower them. And I've been on this niggas ain't shit type shit. So if a woman was ever in my presence with him and she was like, my nigga did this shit again, my nigga did this, my nigga did it, I'll be like, girl, fuck that nigga. We better off without him. A matter of fact, I would talk to him like that, and he would go, you right. Like, and there's not a lot of good men like me out here. Like, now I learned that that's a whole thing too. Like, they understand what you know. And they'll lie to you to still get, they will endure being talked about and pretend like they're not the nigga you talking about so that they can fulfill their dream of destroying you. Right? But yeah, and I remember he grabbed my knee like, bitch, just wait. He smiled at me like he just seemed impatient, but I understand that moment now, right? But yes, they relish in being able to destroy you later, taking you from this person that they met who was shining and glowing and shiny and attractive to a piece of shit. And women who are still defending this and saying, no, it's not all men and it's not, and now we're at a point where we can predict. Why can we predict? Because we're smart. Stop selling yourself short. This video, I'm not making it say told you so, kind of, yeah, but I'm also making it to say trust your instincts, trust your intuition, trust what you see. You're seeing what they're doing. We're seeing it as a community. I just made a video yesterday and it said 4 black women on the bottom. Here comes some nigga commenting, so too delusional. They don't want you to wake up. And the women who are aiding in their own oppression and allowing the men to use you because you think you're going to get some sort of fucking sticker because you're defending them, it's like, enough. I'm going to give you some advice. I'm going to end it on this. I'm going to give you some advice. When you hear women talking, and it's hard to listen to, I'm talking about for young women or women who, I only thing I can call you is stupid. Because if you're older and you've been dragged through the mud and you still like, I just want a Prince Charming, you're stupid. And I think calling you stupid, it should help. It's like a kind of slap in your face because you are stupid. And I don't want you to be called stupid. I want you to be called intelligent and beautiful, and she you know, she rose above. I want to say that about you, but for now you're just stupid. So if you're either young or stupid and you hear women talk like this and you see it all over the place and you still choose to pretend that we are just bitter, I want you to challenge yourself to always think of this. If someone's saying it, not just one person, but if a whole bunch of people are saying it and they're saying it in the same way, and you see a content and it has like some 1,000 views and all that, and other women can relate, there is something to it. Maybe you don't agree with the delivery. Maybe you don't agree with the person delivering the message. But there's something to being said. Don't be the woman who helps to perpetuate nonsense because you don't like the way you haven't gotten abused enough to understand what we're talking about. We're pushing for you. Okay? When you see people make content, or women, especially black women, make content like this, we're pushing for you. We're not jealous that you're 20 and having access to a 50-year-old fuck nigga. We're concerned, and we want you to do better. We're not jealous. Yes, there are some women who are jealous. I get it. I understand that. Because they taught us to compete with one another. And there's still old women out here. I just was encountering one yesterday looking at me from up to down. She, you know, my stomach is not the flattest. I have a big stomach. I just saw her looking at my stomach like, bitch, that bitch. Because that's how we treat each other. Black women are fucking vicious. Y'all are fucking vicious. And they trained you just like they trained their pit bulls. They trained you to sick each other. And so they can sneak out the back and do whatever the fuck they doing. Stop worrying about your venom towards me because it's not real. It was indoctrinated into you. You love me and I love you. Stop it. We love each other. You just don't know it because you're brainwashed. This is out of love. Even to the stupid older women who keep trying to compete. Young women, when you see older women trying to compete with you, I know it's annoying. I know. And because when they do it to me and they get all aggressive, I still don't like it, but I'm getting more to a point where I just laugh at them and I compliment them because I can endure it. I can take it until the relationship progresses. Or it's not going to be a real relationship because I don't want to be in a relationship with nobody who behaves that way, right? I want real relationship. But I won't say I compliment them if they just say something. You get what I'm saying? But I just kind of ignore it. I kind of give them grace because I know it's just like a dog. I'm not saying black women are dogs, but I'm just saying like an animal who has been abused, and then you go try to pet the animal, and the animal like, no, because I've been getting my ass whooped. That's what those women are. They don't know that they've been getting their ass whooped, but they have. And they've transmuted their abuse into venom towards you. That's what they did. They transmuted that and turned it into venom. But they don't hate you. They hate that nigga. Okay? And you represent, it's like gambling. They're still trying to get these niggas. Like they done did their whole life trying to get these niggas to obey and comply, and they can't do it. And then when you come along with this nice body and this youth and this, unjaded spirit, which is a flex, but it shouldn't be a flex towards older women because those older women have endured nonsense. So they walk so you could run. Pay them some respect. But if they're abusing you, I'm not going to say take it. But I'm going to say just try to understand that they know not what they do. They know not what they do. Okay? That is you in the future if you don't let people like me educate you. You understand? Let me and other people educate you so you understand what you're witnessing in all ways, from the women to the men to the everybody. because it's what we do. It's our superpower. We studying this shit because we're interested in cracking the code and trying to understand what our ancestors did, what they were striving to do, or what they saw. Because we picking up where our ancestors left off. No, we're picking up where our ancestors. I want to know what my black female ancestors discovered that wasn't put in a book, that wasn't said, because they lived. What I need to figure out was already figured out and taken to the grave. I'm trying to figure it out before I go there, so I can pass the baton. Do you understand? But we told you, like, it's okay to predict it now. And I told you another prediction was going to be Megan Good and that weird ass nigga. We're still on the lookout. We don't want her to be abused. I'm pretty sure she already is, but it's okay. Protect yourselves.